How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. Back to get another review. Little Chicagoland-ish, born and bred New England style beerness. On today's Massive Beer Review, in the form of more brewing companies. It is their Stronghand New England style IPA. Yeah, more. Never heard of them before. Never had anything from them before, but I'm lucky enough to have awesome people in the world out there that send me beers for review. And this came in a box courtesy of Jordan. Jordan's out Chicago way. He wrote me a couple months ago and said he was going to send me off a box. Finally did. And yeah, ripping through them and goddamn tasty stuff going on out there in Chicago way. So thank you very much, Jordan. Check him out. Instagram, Beers in the Burb. Or Burbs. I always forget if there's an S at the end, but beers is with the Z, so remember that stuff. But yeah, he sent me off a bunch of stuff. I'm super appreciative. Hopefully this one is much like the other ones, because it's been a box full of deliciousness so far. So like I said, more brew company, Stronghand New England style IPA, Villa Park, Illinois. I assume it's very close to Chicago. And honestly, beyond that, there's really not much else on this beer. 7.2%. Cool little logo over there, kind of gray on black, and then you got that kind of blue on black over there. So I really dig the can style. That kind of difference between the blue and the black and then that gray and the black. I just dig it. Soft hiss on there. Not a big kind of, but we'll see. Give you guys that silent pour that I'm becoming kind of fond of. Yeah, I mean, kind of gravity-defying creaminess, but I threw that beer in there, so that's to be expected. Super tight, compact bubbles underneath a really nice creamy top. A little bit of dirty glass mafia, but inside of that is a nice, rich, kind of orange, slightly cataract-y, kind of yellowish hue to it. So it definitely has that New England hazy thing on lock. So yeah, she looks the part so far. See what she smells like. Hops. There you go. End of review. Shut the camera off. Yeah, no, she smells like big, not super sweet tropical fruity hops, kind of like rindy tropical fruity hops, kind of mango rindy, because I'm getting that kind of bitter hop presence that is not necessarily super greeny, but it's kind of like mango skinny kind of vibes. A nice sweetness to it. Again, it's kind of that tropical fruit leaning into stone fruitiness. Not all that much citrus. What citrus is there is sweet and non-bittering. The bittering is all that kind of greeniness in there. So she definitely has that kind of New England style vibes going all over the place on her, and she smells pretty damn tasty. So let's just cut to the chase. See what she's got. Cheers. That is insanely and creepily chuggable. Because that is basically a mouthful of fluff. And I don't mean that as in like vanilla and whipped cream. I mean, it's almost like the whole beer is very close to like a head on a beer kind of texture to it. Yeah, really insanely soft, fluffy body to it. Almost to its detriment. Because it has that kind of really soft water vibe, which I'm a big fan of. But if you get too deep into it, too soft like this, I feel like it loses a bit of kind of... It doesn't carry as much flavor with it. When I talk about some beers, I always talk about like carbonation and body kind of making it work flavor-wise. You know, when a beer's undercarbonated, like a bigger beer, like I've done some barley wines and some stouts that are undercarbonated, and I still really enjoyed them, but I feel like there was some beer kind of left behind, some beer flavor, or some just flavor in general from the beer left behind because of a lack of carbonation. Conversely, you have like Avery. I talk about this a lot. I feel like they have this kind of carbonation thing that happens that ends up delivering this really cool kind of flavor experience through the carbonation. And sometimes with these kind of super ultra soft IPAs, I feel like there's a decent amount of hops in there, you know, on the nose. And in the taste, you can get that greeny bitterness in there. And you can get that kind of tropical fruity, kind of stone fruity fun thing that we all, at this point, if you like these kind of beers, that's what you're shooting for. It comes off a bit too soft, and it loses a bit of its kind of vigor through that kind of softness. And like I said, kind of to its detriment. While the mouthfeel is super fun, especially on these kind of New England style IPAs, if it has the best mouthfeel in the world, it's, enjoyable. It's not going to set it apart from other beers. So I feel like it's just got a little bit too much softness to it. Tasty nonetheless. Date-wise on here for you crazy date people. There is none. Yeah, you get that kind of green bitterness. It doesn't come off sharp. It doesn't come off too green. You get that little bit of kind of stone-free mango kind of tropical fruit thing going on in there. But again, very, very soft. And it's all just behind this kind of really, really fluffiness that just makes it too non-aggressive. You want that hop to come off a little bit more impactful, and I feel like the body's kind of keeping that in check. And that's it. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better New England style IPAs I've had as of late? It's too soft, too fluffy, too creamy, too airy. Like I said, it's almost at a point where you feel like you're drinking foam. And that in and of itself kind of puts a governor, kind of pushes back that beautiful hot presence that's there in the nose, and it's definitely there in the mouth. Just you can tell it's being held back. Value and availability, don't know. It was given to me, so maybe somebody out there could chime in, let me know what this is, whether it's shelfie, brewery only, all that fun stuff, and just say if you like what we like this. If you like mouthfeel, if you like trying beers and understanding why beers taste a certain way. Like I said, the body on this is insanely creamy to the point of it hurts the beer, and you would never ever want to think that about a beer and be like, oh my god, with such a delicate fluffy mouthfeel, it's just going to be the best thing in the world. And sometimes you can get a little bit too much of one good thing, and it kind of curbs the rest of the good things, and that's the case in this beer. So if you want to see how kind of body and flavor can kind of work with or against each other in a beer, this would be a really good one to kind of drink. Take a more kind of straightforward New England style IPA that isn't as fluffy as this, and kind of drink it and kind of get that difference between those two aspects, and it'd be a cool little like experiment to do, because I think it'd be fun. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, anywhere in between, down there, words and stuff and things. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all four of those places if you want to check this dude out somewhere else. And there you go, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice New England style IPA right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.